Scatchell, ominous.
Don't call it a comeback.
Took a deflection off that plate, but Rudy Scatchell has had his say. This is the start of dreams for Heart.
Hello everyone and welcome to the... Sorry, we're going to do a podcast about the fucking game of... Heart of Midlothian today played a game against fucking Kilmarnock and it was quite frustrating.
Yeah, it was. Still going.
I'm Nickel Hay!
I'm Robert Borthwick.
Oh God, you are!
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And there's Andrew Bowie! Fucking hell!
Good evening. And I'm Fridgey.
Oh wow,
Holy shit,
that was
that's
profoundly erotic.
Some pent up things there.
Yeah, God,
Issues.
we were so almost nearly good. Is this what it's like to be Hibs? To be so almost nearly good?
We didn't lose.
Yeah.
So, no.
No.
We're in the top division,
Yeah.
All these things that we have over Hibs.
so we're not also Rangers.
Yeah. We've
Yeah.
never had Lewis Stevenson play for us, so
Thank fuck. Yeah.
yes.
Good old.
What? Whoa! That game. Things.
That game, that referee.
What
that
happened?
That Jamie McDonald.
Yeah, if we're going to take two big headlines from this game, it's Jamie McDonald being magnificent
Yes.
and the referee not being quite so magnificent.
No, the referee being a great big bag of dicks.
Yeah, watch out when you lean across me there, Fridgey, because John Beaton might give me a free kick.
Yeah. When you're reaching for your Lambrini, there's more Lambrini on the show, ladies and gents. Yeah.
It was the only chilled sparkling wine that they had. I really wanted Prosecco, but
It wasn't to be.
it wasn't cold.
No. Shit.
And you're not a barbarian, come on.
No. I mean, I'll put up with Lambrini as long as it's cold.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah.
The
So,
referee
It's better
was
than
a
Asti.
Andy Bibby, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah.
He was a fucking wanker.
Yeah.
Could you make your case about that?
Well,
Justify it.
I don't normally talk about the referee after a game. I don't normally blame the referee. I don't like to think too much about a referee. But today,
Why are you so
about
referee racist?
44, 45 times, I reckon, he cost us today. He fucking
Conservatively
cost
speaking.
us. And then the second half, it was about the same. You know? That fucking bastard of a referee.
So he cost us a goal a minute.
Pretty much. Everything we had building or looking to build, he blew for a foul against us. He was a disaster of a referee.
Yeah.
What was his name?
It was John Beaton.
Now, is he the brother of the Celtic player?
Near, yeah. Yeah.
Well, that explains it all. It's the SFA, they don't want us to win the league.
Yeah, that's it.
The SFA
As if that was going to happen anyway.
There's a fucking conspiracy.
Get your tinfoil hat on, that is.
The SFA in Israel? Israel,
Israel.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's good that we're getting foreign referees in.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, well, I would counter your righteous indignation, Mr. Bowie, by saying that I think he was as equally shit for Kilmarnock as he was for us.
Completely disagree with that.
Apart from that one occasion in the second half where Jamie Walker was on the ball in the midfield, he did get fouled, but broke to him kindly. He had players around him. He had plenty of options. The referee went, no. I really need to book that guy.
Yeah, I really need to speak to this guy right now.
I think 3/4 of the bad decisions were against us,
Yeah.
as we were in trying to get the ascendancy.
Kelly's goal came
Well, we
from...
had 3/4 of the attacking possession.
Yeah.
So it was always going to be that way.
Yeah.
Kelly's goal came
God,
from...
I just stuck up for the SFA, sorry.
Get out of your own flat. Yeah, their goal came from Juan Oshiniwa making a perfect slide tackle and getting a free kick given against him. That's where
Yeah.
their goal came from.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, he was shit awful, and I'm the same as Mr. Bowie here. I don't like talking about referees after games.
No.
A lot of the time you can put it down to, you know, bad performance on the pitch and all that kind of stuff, and you've got more things to discuss. But he was so bad. There was no flow to that game whatsoever because
he just
he
ruined the game.
stopped and started all the time, and it was an awful spectacle. It was just a bad game of football to watch because the referee kept blowing and kept stopping the match. It was woeful.
I will say, I will agree with you, it was a terrible game to watch, and the referee was terrible, and I back that up from a text that I got from a neutral that I took to the game.
Right.
a foreigner
All right.
who saw the match, saw the game, and said that Hearts were the better team. Had a spell of incredible possession and attack, and were definitely the better team for 20, 25 to 30 minutes in the first half. Sorry, but the referee was terrible.
Yeah.
And that's completely objective.
It's
But from my point of view, I thought Kilmarnock were a bit wiser to the way the referee was acting.
Yeah.
They knew what they could get away with, and they knew how to draw in fouls from Hearts players. Just to hold on to the ball for that maybe half a second to a second longer to get a man in from the side or behind. Just to make that little bit of contact is enough to get that terrible referee to make that decision.
McGuinness, Kilty and Higginbottom were all
Patrick
very
Kilty.
smart. Yeah, Patrick Kilty. McGuinness, Kilty and Higginbottom are very smart. Whenever they got the ball, they would shield it and wait for one of Oshiniba, whoever it was, to sort of touch them in the back, and then that would be a free kick straight away. Any contact that was made with a player, the whistle blew. It was unreal.
See, I agree with that. I've already disagreed with myself because I've decided that the pulling up Jamie Walker was bad, but I think my least favourite thing that happened with the referee was when we were breaking from a Kilmarnock corner and the ball got played up to Osman Sow. He's running away, and everyone can see it sort of dropping. It's like, oh, he's going to beat O'Hara to this ball. It's going to happen. And then Osman Sow was just a bit stronger and a bit better on the ball. Free kick.
Yeah. Couldn't touch anybody. Couldn't touch you couldn't brush someone. It was a free kick all day.
Yeah. And I do think it is, to your point, instructive to note that our by far the best spell of the game was the last 15-20 minutes of the first half.
Yeah.
Where there was less flowing, there was less the game was allowed to flow, and Sam Nicholson did flow all over.
And Osman Sow.
But the other thing is, although I thought the referee was terrible today, I don't want to say the referee cost us the game, because Hearts were pretty average.
Yeah.
Even when we were 1-0 up, we were never so good that we. We were the better team, but you've got to score a second goal, you've got to score a third goal to get out.
We had enough chances to score a second,
and it cost
maybe
us,
even a third.
It cost us in the end, because 1-0, 1-0's a knife edge, and
as it proved to be.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously one of the 40 ex-Hearts players that Kilmarnock had to score the goal.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Sirad Balatoni. But he gave away the penalty, so
I think there's a difference between the referee was really shit and the referee cost us, because although he was a terrible referee, I think we cost us. We cost us in the end.
It's it's an interesting thing. I think the only way that the referee directly impacted our game is in the way that Rob says. It didn't allow the game to flow, and that benefited Kilmarnock, who are more of a bitty, scrappy team. There was for all that the referee was blowing for any slightest contact, it was quite a battle in that midfield, and Kilmarnock, to be honest, really won a lot of it.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I think the major factor in us losing the game was not losing the game, drawing the game was Jimmy McDonald putting in a quite incredible performance.
Yeah, you're so negative, Nick.
Well, I feel like drawing at home at Kilmarnock, that should be a loss. The SFA should award us no points for it, reduct our goal difference, and possibly suspend the entire team for next week. 'Cause it's unacceptable.
Yes, he did well. He made a number of good saves. It was a little bit frustrating in our point of view though, because there was one particular in the second half when Nicholson sort of danced past a couple of Killie defenders, and he hit a shot from about sort of 12-15 yards, and it's like anything either side of McDonald, that's a goal.
Yeah.
A foot either side, he hit the shot with real venom. But McDonald just stood up to the shot and just sort of punched it out while standing. He didn't really have to move a lot, but yeah, he played well, and
a couple of his saves in the first half from Nicholson were unbelievable. The one that Nicholson flicked it over the guy's head, hit it on the volley. I mean, that would have been goal of the fucking century, let alone goal of the season.
It was a good shot
He
from one
backheeled
man.
it over his head. Come on, let's give it the full billing it deserves. Jesus,
unbelievable. But the save that McDonald made was similarly excellent.
Yeah.
In one fell swoop, you've got the best piece of football from either side. That attempt and that save.
Yeah.
Almost sort of, that can sum up the game.
There was a good shot from Wanma in the first half as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that's possibly the more impressive save. Where Wanma just hit
corner.
it first time, and it was rocket thing in the top
reaction
corner.
save.
Yeah, one-handed, strong Statue of Liberty save.
But we know
A book in the other hand.
Exactly.
we know what
The rule
McDonald,
book trying to show it to the referee.
we know what McDonald can do. He was always a great shot stopper. So
Yeah.
you know, it's not unexpected that he had an absolute worldie of a game. It's just sometimes you come up against that, and it's the defenders and the defence's job to stop the goals going in the other end, and we couldn't do that in the end. So.
Well, the tone was set from kick-off when Jamie Hamill got in all of our players' heads by making us shoot towards the Gorgie end
Yeah,
in the first half. That devious bastard.
that pesky bald motherfucker.
Yeah, but I quite like that actually because it kind of suits us down this end, you know, to see the second half shooting down this end.
That's true. Well, we were all anticipating.
I like that. Bring it on more. I hope it happens more often.
I was in the Gorgie stand, so I was fucked.
Were you?
Yeah, I was sitting with my dad.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I was the atmosphere in
Thanks
section
for
Z.
noticing. It was. I really, really hate it, but because my dad's there, it's
Did you
alright.
have a big sponge sort of hand?
No, just loads and loads of prawn
popcorn.
sandwiches. And,
Did you turn around and suddenly
sweetie
find that you had like an 8-year-old daughter that you were accompanying?
Dad? Yeah, it was. You know, every now and then is okay. I get my dad's chat, and my dad's got a good chat, and then everyone around me was just.
Is it just bland or is it overtly racist?
No, not racist. Not
Blandly racist?
Not that racist.
Did the club mascot come up and see you?
No.
What is the club mascot?
Jock
these
the
days?
Jambo.
Oh God, yeah.
The Doug.
What happened to Josh and Gemma and the...
Josh
What
and
happened to Hearty Harry, people? What happened to Hearty Harry?
He's in Australia, man.
I want the truth. I want justice.
He got eaten by Andy McCoist.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the story.
From the
Who
inside
in
out.
turn got eaten by Chris Boyd.
Yeah, it was when Oshiniwa got a sort of like what looked like a pretty bad rib injury in the second half, like towards the end. And folk were like, "Get up, you fucking idiot!" It's like he just got kicked right in the tits. Like that's gonna hurt.
To be fair, people around us were really annoyed with that because we were kind of on the
Chasing
attack,
it.
and it
Aye. But he'd been kicked like
It was a
volleyed.
bad time to get injured.
He'd been toe bashed right in the ribs.
yeah, but
You don't just stand up from that. Like it's ridiculous. And these people were going mental around about me and my dad, and we were like, "Have you ever been kicked in the ribs?" It's really sore. Like it's probably winded.
He's not even got
For a
much
while.
padding there. You know, he's
There
not
was
like me or Chris Boyd.
Aye,
There was a guy
Can
behind
sort of
us.
take a kick to the chest to a certain degree.
aye.
There was a guy behind us shouting for Alexander to get up. But what he didn't realise is that
Alexander was being smart.
Robbie told him to go down
Yeah.
so that Rossi could get the
it's the
attention.
glue back in his
And they
head,
had
yeah.
to stop the game. If it's a goalkeeper, you can't play the game if
Yeah.
it's goalkeeper's
Yeah.
down, you know?
And then when he had to go back off, Juanma did it.
Yeah.
Juanma just sat down and was like,
It's like,
"Oh,
The guy behind was like,
this
yeah.
leg of mine, oh, I'll tell you, it's pretty sore."
Yeah, so okay, there was the guys against us this week complaining when like we took off So to put on Swanson. So like, why are you taking So off? It's like, have you not noticed that he's not fit at all this season? And then I'm complaining when Jamie Walker got taken off for Riley when we were chasing the game. It's sort of like, well, have you not noticed that he's also not fit?
Hasn't been
That's
fit.
another thing with the referee. He sent off Gavin Riley.
Yeah, that was deserved.
What was it? I didn't see anything with
Aye,
it.
he kicked
He lashed
Stevie
out.
Smith. Did he?
Oh, yeah.
Stevie Smith pulled him back and there was a bad foul. But yeah, Riley just turned around and
Instantly
kicked him. And
lashed out
that's
at him.
pretty much the only thing, as well as the penalty, that Beaton got right in that entire match.
Violent conduct, that is a red card.
Yeah,
Definitely.
he kicked him. You could tell when Riley just sort of like jogged off. It was like, he fucking knows. Like the referee didn't give it, it was the linesman.
Right.
The linesman told him to send him off. But it was, from my vantage point, it looked like a red card, and it was just stupid, to be honest with you. You didn't need to lash out at him.
Devil's advocate, it's Stephen Smith.
Yeah.
We all kind of want to kick Stephen Smith.
Yeah, I'd love to kick Stephen Smith and get away with it.
So it's a weird game to talk about. It's like we say, until that sort of 15 minutes where Sam got a rush of blood and decided to take over, and we had all the back flicks.
Yes.
That
Sam
gave me a
and
rush
So
of blood as well.
yeah, strong rush of blood. Before that, it was very poor passing. I wouldn't say we were bad. I wouldn't say we'd set up wrongly. It was just none of the players were playing particularly well at that point.
Yeah, there was a lot of misplaced
It's funny
passes.
you should mention the setup. It was a very strange formation that we played.
What, 4-4-2?
Yeah.
Very strange.
What
I've
is
not
it,
seen that.
4-4-2?
I mean, I've not seen that since the 90s.
Oh well, yeah, it was 4-4-2.
Kickback will be
But it's
delighted.
so dropping off Juanma in that sort of 10.5-ish role, the Cantona role.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I liked it. But
Thought So was very good today.
So was
He on.
great today.
Yeah.
So had a lot of flicks, but I feel that sort of disjointedness from the first half was really summed up by Boisier had a really horrible moment where he was sort of carrying the ball out from defence. Like he was looking to play one of his trademark long balls and just dithered for ages and got closed down. Igor had to bail him out in the end, but. I feel that kind of epitomised our play. Like we'd get so far and then sort of go now I'll what? Oh, they've got the ball.
Yeah. There was misplaced passes all over the park. Like Boabin and Gomez, both within the space of a couple of minutes lost the ball about 5 times.
Yeah.
And that's not like them. They're actually
We're not used to seeing that.
No, not at all. I mean, there was
Really hits me hard. Seeing that.
Easy passes to Patterson or Roshniva on either side, and they were overhitting them and they were going out for throw-ins and stuff like that. And Planma had an instance when he had Boabin out wide and he overhit his pass and it was behind him regardless. It was it wasn't peak Hearts. It wasn't peak Hearts. But we still crafted enough to make chances. But it was completely disjointed, and it was weird to see that at Tynecastle because we've not seen that since Gary Locke. Oh,
wow.
There's a common denominator.
Yeah,
Gary Locke on the sidelines.
He just stamped his personality all over that game.
Aye, there's players looking to the sidelines going, "Oh fucking no!"
I don't know if you. It's just like God, is he in charge again?
Jesus. Aye. Patterson lost his mind.
I don't know if any of you guys remember this, but this was one that really sort of epitomised it. The Alexander's rush of blood to the head, a slack pass in defence, and Igor's just about trying to recover from the attacker, but Alexander just didn't trust him to get there.
Yeah.
So ran out to try and make the clearance as well, and the ball was still Kilmarnock, and eventually ended up Boisier had to clear it off the line.
That's right. It was a good save off the line as well from it. It was
Boisier.
Yeah, it was.
But just odd, you don't normally see Alexander rushing out like that.
No. It was pretty scary that moment. I have to say. Yeah.
Out of character.
But it felt to me like he'd just sort of seen Igor and sort of no, he can't get there.
Yeah, it was a strange one all round. But those are the decisions that you have to make in a split second, and he's made that one. It's been the wrong decision, but both centre halves had enough time to get back onto the line. If Boisier hadn't got there, I think Patterson was behind him anyway. So it was never in real danger of being a goal, but it was.
It's just weird.
Yeah, strange.
But
should have been the other way round.
Sorry,
up at the other end of the pitch.
That's not what I meant.
What did you?
I meant the goalie should have been on the line and the defender should have been.
Oh
yes,
right, okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I thought that was quite apparent.
No,
we got there in the end, man.
But when Hearts did finally start clicking, that's when we got a goal. When the Wonder Twins, Boabin and Gomez, started actually passing to each other.
Yeah, that was beautiful. They are beautiful together.
They are beautiful together when they're both fit and they're finding each other with their passes. Like that little sort of 1-2 in the centre of the park.
Yeah.
And then spreading it wide. Do you want to take this?
Osman So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Osman So.
That was when he was sort of reaching his prime in that match, and he just glided past Ballatoni, and Ballatoni went, "Nope, you're going no further."
Ballatoni did not glide.
No, Ballatoni was caught on his heels and just turned around, and there was.
This is a no-fly zone.
Stonewaller, like it had to be given.
And the conversion of the penalty itself was really impressive.
Emphatic.
It was one of the best penalties we've taken for quite a while, actually.
Well, no, it went in the
7
net.
years.
So.
7 years.
Not only did it go in the net, but it looked like it was always going to be a goal. A proper top corner job. Keeper well beaten. Hit it really hard. It was properly confident. And then there was a sort of spell, sort of 5 minutes after that, where we really played well. There was more
great.
sort of stuff from So and Nicholson and
so many back heels.
Yeah, there was loads of nice little flicks and stuff. And if we got another goal before half time, I think that would have been good night.
Yeah, that would have been game over, but it wasn't to be, which was.
That was our best spell in the whole game. To be fair,
by a distance.
And that was the one spell in the game where the referee wasn't really involved.
Yeah.
He just
tells you a lot, doesn't it?
The game was flowing,
So I just want to go back and pick Fridgey up and saying it's like 7 years since we scored a penalty like that. Like how quickly you forget Kevin Kyle scored some of the most amazing penalties I've ever seen in a Hearts jersey. Just hitting the roof of the net every time.
He just put his big fat
I stand corrected.
Borders foot.
I apologise.
That's going in that goal.
Where's it gone?
Danny Granger took a good penalty as well.
Well, one good penalty, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I can't argue with that.
You're fucking spot on, but yeah,
Robbie Nielsen was good at a penalty as well.
he liked the penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everyone was nervous when he stepped up for a penalty, but
right.
proved us all wrong every time. He was
He's just so professional.
Yeah, because it's just like, I'll do.
stalwart.
I'll do
Absolutely.
absolutely everything I need to do
Yeah, yeah.
to make this penalty go in. Yeah.
I'll take a 6 out of 10 penalty. So as we said, the first half ended lovely with lovely football by lovely Hearts playing lovely things. But the second half, when it started, like we didn't have that same fluency.
No, there was actually a part of the second half where I don't know if you noticed, but there was like a 10-minute spell where there was no football at all. Just like the game died.
Was it
Yeah.
rugby?
It was during the Rossi thing and the Alexander sort of fake injury and there was a couple other
No,
things.
there was
going on.
Kilmarnock players going down as well.
Yeah. But there was like
was a
nothing
throw-in, I'm
happened
sure.
for a while. you
Yeah.
know? Like there was no football.
The game completely died on.
There was a guy actually sitting next to me today who was just taking in his first ever Hearts game. He was just
Right.
like a sort of tourist, you know,
Right.
from Middlesbrough.
Oh.
And I was kind of like apologising to him. It's like, you know, it's usually better than this. You know, it's like I'm sure something will happen in a minute. You know, but there was just a real. It was like a sort of the hour mark. You know, there was nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing happened for ages. You know.
Nothing going on. I mean, the only exciting part was seeing Jordan McGee in a heart strip, and then he just put
No.
his bib back on. It's like, sorry, mate.
Oh, I tell you what was pretty exciting when Prince Wabin hit a volley straight into Jamie Hamill's fucking head.
That was great.
Yeah.
I loved that. Knocked him right in his ass. Brilliant.
Jamie Hamill, like, surprisingly little impact in the game today. I really thought he would have tried to take the game by the scruff of the neck and ram it all up us, but
I think
no.
he did try.
But he doesn't,
Yeah.
but he doesn't have the ability.
That's
There is that.
that's what it will say on the cover of his autobiography. I tried. Osman So stepped over the ball and it was great.
When?
That's all I want to
He
say.
did it loads.
No, when the ball was being played towards him, but he let it run through his legs to go to Sam.
Did that a couple of times. Made me all warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
There was that little spell in the second half where we had a few chances. The one when Sam sort of got through and took the shot and McDonald saved it, and then just before or after it, Osman got through and he sort of ran to almost to the sort of post.
Yeah.
Sounds strangely
He
familiar.
got tackled, didn't he? Just at the end.
Yeah.
He rounded McDonald.
Yeah,
And then
yeah, and then the number 5, what's his name again?
Finlay, Stuart Finlay.
Finlay, yeah. He sort of.
And
dived
that's
in
the
and-
time when you have to score your second goal when you're on
Yeah.
top, you know, and it's like kill the game, but we never.
Didn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Faced
did
it.
have some good last ditch defending, but I think largely, if we want to be incredibly harsh, we Hibsed it. We were so close to being good. Like all the build up was nice, and there was all the flicks, and there was everything. It was really entertaining
Yeah.
up until that point where you actually have to put the ball in the net.
Yeah. Yeah. It was.
Can't believe you said that.
Well, you know, like I think that's the harshest criticism I can lay at any Hearts
I
performance.
mean,
to
you
say that it
can
reminded me of
criticise,
Hibs.
but don't say we Hibsed it for goodness sake.
Well, you were saying you felt it confirmed our status this game as a top 16.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I think we'll do okay this season. I think we'll do well. You know, it's just we're not. I don't think we're going to bother the top of the league again this season.
No.
But I think we'll stay about third. Yeah, I think we'll probably stay third.
That's it, you know, like average,
Top 3 I'd
like,
be delighted with.
Like a painfully average performance, but I still absolutely am convinced we'll finish third.
Yeah. It's
I
one
just
of
think
those
I think a few things went against us
Ahead
a
of
bit
Celtic.
today.
Yeah.
You know, again, I don't want to blame the referee too much, but he's so
Go on, be a devil.
Well, okay, well then.
Be true to yourself.
Well, okay.
There's
Be
so
true to
many
yourself.
times
I
where
know I shouldn't, but
it wasn't so much a clear chance, but we there's so many times in the game where we had the beginnings of an attack.
Yeah.
You know, we maybe had the ball in midfield and we were, you know, we had players in good positions and you looked to do something, and then the referee just blew the whistle for something. You know, it
An
just,
honest challenge.
or just looking at a Kilmarnock player or brushing it against them, you know, and it was a foul. You know, but I thought we played okay at times today. I thought we were okay at times. At times, the game just died on its arse a lot as well because of the ref. But a draw, it was probably actually a fair result.
I think what I've learned over like the sort of course of the season so far is that this SPL is the most SPL season out of SPLness, and that every team is much of a muchness. There's no really bad team except like Dundee United at the moment, and when they get a manager, maybe they won't be. So like like I'm like looking forward and thinking, right, our next game's at home to Ross County. I've no idea what's going to happen there. I mean, they got scudded 2-0 at home by Cali.
Yeah.
But does that mean anything?
Yeah,
what can you read into that?
But then they had quite a good start to the season, didn't they,
Ross County, yeah, totally.
And they're all hard games, but I think we'll do okay this season. It's just today was a real sort of, it's just one of those really frustrating games. You come away at the end and you're thinking, fucking hell,
We should have won it.
We could have won it.
One of the games that you knew it was going to be close, but you would expect to come out at the end of it with a win with the 3 points, and that would help our league placing. And that's one of the games that you need to win because it's going to be close. But
see, we haven't even really spoken about Kilmarnock's goal, which was just kind of scrappy and shit. Like we
against the run of play to cliche it up a bit.
But I mean, like the actual thing, like our defending wasn't good for it.
No, you're asking for it. You're asking for it at 1-0 up, and you're not playing that well. You're asking for it because 1-0 is such a knife edge of a game. If you're 2 or 3-0 up, you can afford to concede a goal like that and get away with it. But 1-0, you're sort of like, well, if they get a chance, they're going to score that, and what can you say? You can't complain. It doesn't matter if you have 65% of possession or 55%. If you lose a goal like that, you fucking deserve to lose it.
But the specifics of that particular goal, we really struggled to clear our lines.
Again, the main thing I'm pissed off about is the fact it came from a free kick that was never a free kick in a million years.
Yeah, well,
that's still the thing I'm most annoyed about because Ocean made a great challenge on the next to the Wheatfield stand, won the ball, clearly won the ball, and the referee still thought that it was a free kick. But from
still have to defend them.
Yeah. From there on in, it was nodded out a couple of times by Rossi and Ocean.
Yeah.
And then eventually it just sort of broke out to Ballatoni, and it was a good finish. He struck it very sweetly through a rut of bodies, and Alexander, you can't blame him for it. It didn't go into the corner, but he was so unsighted.
Yeah.
The ball was hit so hard he couldn't get down in time. So.
And if we'd taken our chances earlier, that would have been a consolation goal.
Exactly.
And it wouldn't have mattered.
Exactly. We've got to shoulder some of the blame for ourselves as well, and the game management from Robbie. Not sure that. I maybe would have kept So on for a wee bit longer, to be honest with you.
I think the only reason
he went 4-2-3-1 when he didn't have to go 4-2-3-1.
He didn't have to, but I think his well, again, none of us know, so this is kind of an academic thing, but I would imagine his thoughts at that point. It's like, So's got to come off eventually. So can't play 90 minutes at the moment, can't do it, but I want to get minutes into Danny Swanson's legs. We do have the lead, why not? And going 4-2-3-1, fair enough, but going 4-2-3-1 with Danny Swanson, it's not the most defensive move in the world.
Yeah.
And Swanson did provide some excellent corners and free kick deliveries that we could well have scored from.
He's got a wicked delivery on him. I still think Swanson will come good, but right now he's a jinx.
That's one way of looking at it.
A fucking jinx. As soon as he started training with us, we started losing games.
Killing the club every day.
Even against Kilmarnock in the.
I'd like to see us starting with Swanson actually.
I would love to see Swanson start a couple of games. I want to see what
we've done it. We lost.
Yeah, no, but I mean, a game like today, I would like to have seen him start the match. And
where would you start him?
I would start him in the midfield position, sort of where
number
Prince,
10 role.
yeah, sort of where Prince was.
All right. So not the number 10, but as in a 4-4-2 or
in a sort of attacking midfield role, and I would have rested Prince.
When he came on, Walker went from the wing to that number 10 role.
Yeah.
And that kind of surprised me.
I
think Swanson
would
be the man to fill that role, and Walker is a great winger, though he has played central quite a lot of this season and the tail end of last season. But he's faster, he's trickier.
Yeah, I actually thought Prince played quite well today. Actually, I think it was probably his best game of the season. But I just think the guy needs a rest. And
he was better, but I think it was quite clear that he's being traded off with Gallardo at the moment. Neither of them have great fitness. To your Walker point, I think again fitness. This is a problem with the whole season. We're carrying too many players that aren't 100% fit.
Yeah.
Walker is one of them. I think the reason he was put in the number 10 role is that he's probably gasping at that stage, and he can't be using his pace. He can't be running the channels at that stage of the game. So it's to try and spare him. you can be a bit more static when you're playing the number 10. But yeah, generally, I don't like. Me and Simon, who I sat next to, we were having this conversation before Swanson came on. Like, it was clear that the midfield needed a little bit more creativity. But the question was, like, do you bring off a striker and go 4-2-3-1, or is it for Prince?
Yeah.
And like go for a really attacking 4-4-2.
Yeah.
We've had conversations like this in the podcast in the past, like, what's our best team? And the answer is, well, we don't really have one. It's horses for courses. But when there isn't like a clear, outstanding, this is our best 11, then these questions start to come in, and it gets easier to get these answers wrong. Like, do we have like a lighter midfield and go for more in attack? What's the balance? What is it? And I don't have the answers, and you don't have the answers. And I'm not convinced that Robbie has the answers yet. But I don't think that's a mark against him. It's just that our squad is kind of like the SPL. There's a lot of characters in there that aren't particularly one's better than the other.
You've got, I mean, the Dundee United Cup winning team of 2010, their centre of midfield was Swanson, Boab and Gomez.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got three guys who can play together and work together in there.
5 years ago.
5 years ago, but even still, these things can still translate to years later. They've still got an understanding of each other. People's games don't change that much over the course of their professional career. They're still going to be...
Fitness
still gonna
and
have
pace
this-
does, though.
They're still going to have the same mind, though.
They're still
They're
the
still-
side of 30 as well. They're not old.
Yeah,
guys.
Gomez is 30, but I think that's the only one.
So a frustrating day at the office, but the one shining light I felt today in cameo spells, but it was Sam Nicholson.
Oh, yes.
Sam.
He lots of running, lots of flicking,
Yes.
Lots of skills,
shooting,
mad
lots of-
skills.
Lots of ting.
His little pink boots.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, that one point in the second half where I think it was BOWIE like picked him out with like a pinpoint crossfield ball, like easily like 60 yards.
Yeah.
He killed it, ran it in the box, jinked a bit,
Yes.
Yeah.
shot straight at McDonald's, but.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
He was very, very good.
He was a
today,
constant
Sam.
outlet,
Big fan of Sam.
constant threat.
Yes,
Massive fan of
absolutely.
Sam.
It's cute boy band curtains that he's got these days.
Yeah, just going for it. Why not?
Hey, it's the 90s.
Yeah, it looks like he's just wandered off the set top of the Pops. Yeah, good old Sam.
Cool. So shall we sing some songs about him?
Yeah,
then?
let's sing songs with Sam.
Sam Nicholson,
Sammy.
the heart swinger and the subject of today's songs.
Yeah.
I'm looking around the room, I'm seeing a lot of eager faces, people desperate to go ahead. Robert, would you like to start?
No.
You really have nothing, don't you?
Pretty much nothing, yeah. I can wing it. I can come up with something off the top of my head.
Wing it.
Oh,
'cause
please.
Right,
Nicholson's a winger.
The stage is yours.
Right.
Bum, 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 ba-da, 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 bum, bum.
No. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Down, down, da da down, da da down, 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 da da down.
That was massive.
Da, 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 da. You can't get no Sam Nicholson, and you'll try, and you'll try, and you'll try. You can't buy, you can't get no da 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 Sam Nicholson, da da da. Yep.
There you go.
Improvised.
Good enough.
Thanks.
That wasn't really your song, was it, Fridgey?
No.
No, I'm glad.
No, it was no one's.
What was your
No,
song?
I'll bring to you my song, which is similarly unrehearsed. Where it began, can't begin to know when, but then I know it's going strong. Was on the wing, and the wing became the box. Who'd believe you'd come along? Hands, touching hands, reaching out, crossing me, scoring you. Sam Nicholson, da, da, da. Good feet never seemed so good.
Are you still going?
That's enough.
I didn't know what that song was until
Yeah.
the chorus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Diamond effort.
Okay.
Nickel,
Yes.
take it away.
The best thing about being a Hearts fan is watching defenders getting done by our Sam. And Nicholson, he plays up the left wing. His hair is in curtains, doing some flanks. His boots they are pink. And Nicholson, but his tattoos were a bad idea. Sam, he plays on the wing, yeah.
Let's go, Sam.
Oh,
Cool.
well done, mate.
Best yet.
Yeah, absolutely. But we have got, and I'm not trying to build you up here for a fall, but the best singer and songwriter that we've had on the podcast yet. So I'm sure this is going to be nothing but solid gold.
Well, I'm just going to make something up as well.
Yeah, listeners, he's literally got this written down on a sheet of paper that he'd pre-prepared.
No,
Printed. It's actually printed.
It's actually printed.
No, this is just a piece of paper.
Oh.
To hold.
Okay.
I gotta take a little time to tell the story about this bloke in section F. Hissed in my ear, tapped my shoulder. Do-do-do-do-do. He had this really jakey look. His eyes were discombobulated. And this is what he said, as his face looked constipated. In my life, there's been hell and hijinks, like Albert Kidd in May 1986. I served for Jamie Hamill and administration. He said, look who we have now. Oh, I don't know what love is. It's young Sam Nicholson. And I feel what love is. It's young Sam Nicholson with the 90s hairdo. It's young Sam Nicholson. He wears pink fucking boots. It's young Sam Nicholson.
Have a donut, good sir.
Staggering as always. It's the way you don't even like distill it down to the chorus. It's like, no, we've got a full journey to go on here, guys.
Yeah, there's so much.
What a journey that
There's
was.
so much to it.
It was just something I made up.
just came up with
It's
it.
a story, it's a story.
You did literally go to the beach. And
I did.
Look at the sunset and write that.
I did go to the beach.
Yeah.
I went to a distant beach to practice my songs.
Good for you, man.
There's nobody around, so you know.
Now we're all at the beach.
We're all there with you, man.
Well, there's no question who won that.
Me.
Well done, Robert.
Yeah. Well done, Robert.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
Well done.
It wasn't Robert. It was Bowie. It fucking was.
I was naked when I was at the beach.
And on that bombshell,
Should put that in the song.
Now I'm at that beach.
I was naked at the beach.
if people want to follow you, as you put up like your process, your working, your thoughts on your Twitter, don't you?
Sometimes.
You involve your fans.
Sometimes. I'm more of a Facebook man myself, but
Oh, right, okay.
yes.
Do you accept friend requests on Facebook?
No.
But then what's your Twitter handle?
I think it's
AH Bowie.
AH Bowie 1874, and or you can send me a telegram to to my house.
Yeah. What's your address?
I'm not going to say.
Right, you just have to say Mr. Bowie, Esquire of Gullen.
Yeah.
The telegram
tell
boy
me I
will
live
find
there.
you.
Where do you reside on the internet, Fridge?
In Fridgey Town, or what I might say is at Fridgey Town.
Yeah, that's where you live.
Simple as that.
I am still at RF Borthwick.
I'm still at Nickel Hay.
We're just still the same people.
And the referee is a wanker.
That's very true.
Had to just nudge that other one in there. Yeah.
Fuck that referee.
The referee is a
You
wanker.
fat bastard.
You were really angry at that ref, and fair enough. He was a dick. If you want to tell us how much of a dick he was as a collective podcast, we're at We Have No Cares.
You could write it several hundred times and email it to wehavenocares@gmail.com.
There's no character limitation on emails.
I will advise you to copy and paste just to save your hands and fingers and time.
Yeah, that's really sound.
Some real good
advice.
efficiency advice there. Yeah,
Thanks, Fridge. And
All
you can
about the
find,
efficiency.
You can find this wonderful episode and all of the other ones dating right back to that time that Osmond so fucked one in the net at Ibrox at wehavenocares.tumblr.com, which is our website, which is where we do the web things.
Yeah. Do you want to tell the referee he's a wanker again?
The referee is a wanker.
Robert?
He's John Beaton, to be precise.
What a wanker?
Is a wanker. Yeah.
Wanker.
I thought he had a good game.
Do you think wankers like that go on YouTube?
They
Do you think they'll listen to our podcast?
I really hope so.
Do we get our podcast on YouTube?
There's someone else.
I'd say ours, yours.
Yeah, someone else I really hope listens to the podcast.
Steve Crawford.
Steve Crawford.
Steve Crawford.
Steve Crawford.
I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Oscar's arriving on the scene. Hotly. Ball high.